So you landed on my course, What You Should Know Before Getting into Real Estate. Well, I want to make sure that I also make it clear that this course is also for people who are already in real estate and just don't know what they don't know. Now, I'll be honest with you. There's a lot more that you need to know about real estate besides what we're going to talk about today. But I just want to give you a head start so that you can be prepared or catch up wherever you are. My name is Shalina, and I am a real estate agent, a coach, a mentor, and a trainer. I love everything that has to deal with teaching and training on real estate. And one of the big things that I've noticed is there are many people who get licensed and they get into real estate and they don't know what to do next. So I've compiled the list after surveying some of my agents and going off of my own experience and what I wish I would have known before I got into real estate. And I want to share that list with you. Are you ready? Let's go. The first thing you need to know, and to me, one of the most important things, is you need a coach or a mentor. Now, bear in mind that a mentor is there to guide you through your transactions and potentially give you advice on particular situations. Now, a coach is there to elevate you. So you might speak with a mentor like once a quarter or maybe once a month, but a coach, you have a consistent, regular routine on when you're going to talk to your coach. Now, most coaching takes place bi-weekly because you need some time to build in for getting the work done. And you certainly don't want to rush that. Now, here's some things you need to know before getting into coaching and mentoring. The first thing you should know is you must be coachable. That means that you have to be open to feedback that you're going to receive from your coach. That feedback might not always be great. It might not always be roses and sunshine, but I promise you, if you have the right coach, that feedback is there to build you and your business. So don't take it personal because your coach is there for your best interest. Now, we talk about finding a mentor. Now, let me go over what a clear distinction between a mentor and a coach should be. A coach is someone that you pay for their time. Now, in some cases, there are some people who clearly state, hey, I'm going to mentor you and I'm going to charge this fee. And then there's mentorship relationships that just grow and happen authentically. I have mentorship relationships that grow authentically. And to me, those are the greatest kind of mentor relationships that you can have. So how do you find a mentor? Well, the one thing you can do is start by looking at who is around you. Who are those real estate agents that you really connect with, that you feel their energy, you feel their vibe, and you just want to learn from them? One of the greatest tips that I can give you is don't go to them and say, hey, can I pick your brain? Nobody really wants to spend time for you to pick their brain. Instead, invite them to coffee, invite them to lunch. Come from contribution. What can you do for them? Maybe it's you can show some properties when they're not busy. Maybe you can help them with running signs. Whatever it is, the relationship needs to be reciprocal, meaning it shouldn't just be you taking. It should be you receiving and giving. Now, that mentor, the best thing you can do in your first meeting is go to the meeting with coffee or lunch and say, here's the plan that I had in mind. What would you do differently? That is the trigger question. Why? Because that mentor is going to look at what you talked about, find any holes or loose ends, and they're going to insert what they would do differently, if anything. Now let's jump over to coaching. I mentioned before that coaching is not free. Now, I want to caveat this by saying there are some people who do offer free coaching, and this is no knock on them, but one thing you won't find is time on their calendar for you to have a one-on-one individual meeting, either weekly or bi-weekly, to go over your business and your business plan. No, you're going to pay somebody for their time, which is okay because you're going to be closing deals, which will more than pay for that coach. Now, remember I talked about that coach might strike a nerve? Don't worry. It's just business. They're trying to help you elevate to the next level. And so they might not present it on a silver platter, but listen to what they're saying. Share your frustrations, share your goals. They have a vested interest in your business growing. And honestly, you need to be budgeting for a coach. Think about it. Some of the most amazing entrepreneurs out there all had coaches. And guess what the best part about that is? You guessed it. I am a real estate coach. So at the end of this course, when you're done learning everything that you should know, be sure to click the link below to find out more information on how you can join our coaching program. Either way, even if you don't hire me, hire someone that is going to keep you accountable, help you set your goals, help you strategize and plan and give you resources and give you tools. You don't want to do this business alone. So guys, that was just the first one. Let's jump into the next one. One of the most biggest ones that I can tell you is time management. Time management is so vital to your business's success or failure. It starts with knowing what your plan is and how your time will be spent in that plan. You have two choices. You can get out of bed in the morning and just, hope something happens, or you can have a plan, get out of bed and execute on that plan. The first step to getting time management right is knowing what to do. Let's say that we're going to map this out. Let's say you're a full-time real estate agent. And trust me, you can still do this as a dual career agent, which I was for 2 years, so I know that this works. The first thing you want to do is look at your personal life. That means any appointments, being with your kids, your family, your significant other, mental health days. You want to make sure that those are on your calendar before anything else. Yes, you want to put the people who matter in your life on your calendar. Next, we're going to look at the growth development. You should always be looking to learn and grow. Now, I will say this, training is great. I'm a trainer. However, you don't need to be in everyone's classroom. If you know that you can have a really great buyer consultation, why are you going to trainings to help with buyer consultations? Focus your intentions on what you want to grow in. And you should have 1 to 2 strong either masterminds or trainings on your calendar a week. If you don't see anything of importance for you, that's okay. Just look at the next week. But have something on your calendar that's going to help your growth and development. Next, you need to schedule time with your coach and or mentor. Now, I have both. I have a coach and I have a mentor. I have a coach for just about every area in my life: faith, fitness, business, and then I have a mentor. And so you want to make sure you plan out time on your calendar to meet with both. It should not be, I guess this week I don't have time, I can't meet with them. No, that is a business partner that is important to your success. So make sure you carve out time to be on their calendar. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is script practicing. As a practitioner of real estate, be sure to plan practice time. This shouldn't be any more than 15 minutes when you're practicing scripts and writing your contracts. Now, here's the most critical items on your schedule that you're going to need. Number 1 is time to be a CEO. Number 2, lead generating. How are you going to get business if you're not out there looking for it? Number 3, going on appointments. Yes, you need to go on appointments to do what? Write contracts. So that's 4. Then you need to negotiate those contracts, close the deal. Now, those are in addition to everything else that I just said. Yes, you heard me right. In addition to everything that you've heard, you need to focus on getting and closing business. Now, the amount of time that you spend on each activity is up to you. As a dual career agent, you may need to minimize the time you spend on one activity over the other, but do not take them off your schedule. So let's recap really quickly what should be on your schedule. Personal time, family time, trainings, coaching and mentoring, script practice, CEO time, lead generating, going on appointments, practicing, contracts, negotiations, and closing the deal. Now, really quickly, what is CEO time? CEO time is where you sit down and you can work on projects for your business. You can go over big things that you want to do, such as planning or sitting and recording content for your social media. So remember, if you don't manage your time will manage you. And if you erase something, you must replace it. Meaning, if your client wants to see a house when you're on your lead generating time, then that needs to move. You don't erase lead generating, you move them. You just find a new place on your calendar for it. And so I want you guys to keep in mind that time management is really important. Everything must be on your calendar. And if it's not written down, it doesn't exist. Trying to remember too much will lead to self-destruction, and you don't want to do that. So one of the things that you should focus on before you start your business is definitely making sure you manage that calendar and manage your time.